2001, Black Hawk Down hit theaters with the force of a chopper crash, bringing the brutal 1993 Battle of Mogadishu to life with unflinching realism. Directed by Ridley Scott, this war epic captures chaos, courage, and sacrifice through masterful filmmaking. But the story behind the movie, its grueling production, international cast, and obsessive attention to detail, is as gripping as the battle itself. From real soldiers on set to a donkey that nearly got cut, here are 20 powerful facts about how Black Hawk Down was made.
Cap still. I'll take out the threat of the window. We're rally pointing at the gray building. Coming through, Captain. Sword. All right, let's move.
Fact 18 will leave you in awe at how accurate production made this movie, and we're diving deep into the film's creation. Fact 1. Ridley Scott's vision of raw realism. Ridley Scott set out to make Black Hawk Down feel like a documentary, not a Hollywood blockbuster. He studied real footage from Mogadishu and worked closely with the US military to ensure every frame captured the battle's intensity. Shooting in Morocco's dusty streets, Scott used handheld cameras and muted colors to immerse viewers in the chaos, creating a visceral experience that still sets the standard for war films. His commitment shaped the movie's unrelenting tone. Fact 2. Real Black Hawks took flight. The film's helicopter scenes are jaw-dropping because they used actual Black Hawks, not CGI stand-ins. Scott enlisted the 160th SOAR, the elite unit from the real 1993 battle, to fly choppers on set. Some pilots were Mogadishu veterans, reliving their missions for the camera. This authenticity made every rotor blade hum, feel like you're in the cockpit, grounding the film in reality.
OPG! Hold on! No!
Fact 3. A global cast united. Despite its all-American story, the cast was a global powerhouse. Ewan McGregor from Scotland, Eric Bana from Australia, Jason Isaacs and Tom Hardy, both from England, Nikolai Coster-Waldau from Denmark, and Eowyn Gruffudd from Wales played US soldiers, bringing diverse perspectives to their roles. Their performances, from McGregor's nervous clerk to Bana's steely Delta operator, added depth to the ensemble, proving talent knows no borders. Fact 4. Actors trained like real soldiers. To nail the military precision, the cast endured intense boot camps. Actors playing Rangers spent 2 weeks at Fort Benning, mastering squad tactics and weapon handling. Delta Force actors trained at Fort Bragg with Special Forces, learning to move like elite operators. This grueling preparation ensured every reload and formation felt authentic, making the film's action sequences pulse with realism. Fact 5. Real soldiers as extras. Ridley Scott didn't just rely on actors for authenticity. Many background Rangers were active duty US soldiers, loaned by the military to fill out battle scenes.
You're gonna stop, you're gonna turn around, you are gonna cover me. It's important you understand that. Okay, you ready? Yeah, I guess.
Their real-world experience brought unmatched credibility to the chaos, from how they carried gear to how they reacted under fire. It's like the Army itself stepped onto the set to ensure the story honored the real fighters. Fact 6. A script rewrite hit a scandal. Ewan McGregor's character, Specialist Grimes, was originally John Stebbins, a heroic ranger from Mark Bowden's book. But before the film's release, Stebbins was convicted of serious crimes, earning a 30-year sentence. The Pentagon reportedly pushed for a name change to Grimes to avoid glorifying a felon. This last-minute rewrite kept the focus on the film's heroic narrative, sidestepping a real-world controversy. Fact 7. Eric Bana's family photo was real. In a quiet scene, Hoot Gibson studies a photo of his wife and child. It's no prop, it's Bana's actual family. The props team forgot a fake photo, so they used a real picture with permission. This unscripted moment added a raw, human touch to Hoot's character, grounding the film's intensity and personal stakes. Fact 8. Radio chatter crafted from truth. The film's frantic radio calls pull you into the battle's chaos. While not actual recordings, the dialogue was meticulously recreated from real 1993 radio transcripts and after-action reports. Sound designers worked with military advisors to match the urgency and jargon, creating an immersive soundscape that feels like eavesdropping on the real fight. Scott's attention to audio detail is a masterclass in war filmmaking. Fact 9. A donkey stole the spotlight. In a surreal moment, a donkey stands calmly amid a firefight, a bizarre touch Ridley Scott fought to keep. Budget cuts nearly axed it, but when Scott saw an edit without it, he left a note. "I missed the donkey." The donkey stayed, adding an eerie contrast to the chaos. It's a small but unforgettable detail that captures the film's unpredictable realism.
That way, I think!
Fact 10. Real helicopter crash stunts. The Blackhawk crash scenes are heart-stopping because they were mostly real. Scott used actual Blackhawk helicopters for the sequences, with CGI only enhancing the final impacts and blade debris. Filming in Morocco with military-grade choppers, the crew crafted crashes that feel terrifyingly authentic, making you flinch with every hit. It's old-school stunt work at its finest. The craft behind Black Hawk Down is as intense as the story it tells. If these facts grip you, hit the like button and subscribe to honor this cinematic feat. Share your favorite movie moment in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Fact 11. Morocco stood in for Mogadishu. To recreate Mogadishu's war-torn streets, Scott chose Rabat and Saleh, Morocco, for their similar architecture and dusty chaos. The crew transformed markets and alleys into a convincing 1993 Somalia, complete with bullet-scarred walls and crowded sets. This location choice gave the film its gritty, lived-in feel, immersing viewers in a city under siege without ever leaving North Africa. Fact 12. Ewan Bremner's hearing scare. The set's realism came with risks. Ewan Bremner, playing specialist Sean Nelson, suffered temporary hearing loss from the deafening blank gunfire during battle scenes. The relentless noise mirrored the real battle's intensity, but it took a toll. Bremner recovered, but it underscores the physical sacrifice the cast endured to bring Scott's vision to life.
I swear to God, you do that! You okay? Nelson, you all right? What?
Fact 13. Ridley's signature ceiling fan. Ridley Scott's visual trademark, smoke, light, and ceiling fans, sneaks into Black Hawk Down. During General Garrison's interrogation of a Somali leader, a spinning fan overhead catches the eye, a subtle nod seen in Scott's Alien and Blade Runner. It's a quiet signature that adds atmosphere, proving even small details carry a director's mark. Fact 14. Military advisors shaped every scene. Scott leaned heavily on military advisors, including Mogadishu veterans, to ensure accuracy. They coached actors on tactics, reviewed scripts for authenticity, and even guided chopper pilots during filming. Their input made every firefight, from squad movements to weapon jams, feel like a real operation, grounding the film in the soldiers' lived experience. Fact 15. Practical effects over CGI. In an era leaning towards CGI, Scott favored practical effects for most action scenes. Real explosions, bullet hits, and vehicle stunts filled the set, with CGI used sparingly for helicopter crashes' final moments. This choice gave the film a tactile, raw quality that still holds up, making every blast feel like it could shake the theater.
We lost the tail rotor, it's gone. 6-4 is going down. 6-4 is going in hard.
Fact 16. Intense editing for chaos. The film's disorienting pace mirrors the battle's chaos thanks to editor Pietro Scalia. He cut scenes with rapid, jagged edits to mimic the soldiers' confusion, blending handheld shots and multiple angles. Scalia's work, guided by Scott, earned an Oscar for Best Editing, proving the film's intensity was as much about craft as performance. Fact 17. Real veterans consulted on set. Beyond pilots, Scott brought in Battle of Mogadishu veterans as consultants. They shared first-hand accounts, ensuring details like soldiers' gear, stress reactions, and radio protocols were spot on. Some veterans even appeared as extras, blurring the line between film and reality. Their presence added a haunting authenticity that honors the real fight. Fact 18. Costume authenticity was obsessive. Costume designer Sammy Sheldon recreated the soldiers' 1993 gear down to the last stitch, working with military advisors to source accurate uniforms, vests, and helmets. Every patch and scuff was deliberate, reflecting the wear of a real deployment. This attention to detail made the actors look like they'd just stepped off a chopper in Somalia. Fact 19. Oscar-winning sound design. The film's sound, from gunfire to chopper roars, was so immersive it won an Oscar for Best Sound. The team layered real weapon recordings with recreated radio chatter, crafting a sonic chaos that pulls you into the battle. This award, alongside editing, shows how technical craft amplified the film's emotional weight. Fact 20. A tribute to real heroes. Ridley Scott dedicated the film to the 18 U.S. soldiers who died in Mogadishu, with their names listed in the credits. The production worked closely with their families and comrades to ensure the story honored their sacrifice. This commitment turned Black Hawk Down into more than a movie. It's a cinematic memorial to courage under fire.
When I go home, people ask me, "Hey, Hoot, why do you do it, man? Wow."
Which fact about the film's creation hit you hardest? Share it in the comments. We read every one. If this deep dive into Black Hawk Down moves you, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more cinematic stories. Want another war film uncovered? Tell us below. That's the scoop on Black Hawk Down, a film forged in the fire of Ridley Scott's vision, honoring a battle of unimaginable stakes. From real choppers to veteran consultants, every detail reflects a commitment to truth and tribute. Here at Studio Scoop, we uncover the stories behind the films that shape us, keeping the legacy of heroes alive. Join the Scoop Squad, hit subscribe, and let's march into the next cinematic mission together. Until then, stay vigilant and leave no story behind.